Our top focus. On the 5th of December 2024, you have the Apex Court allowing for the relaxation of the Graded Response Action Plan Stage 4 restrictions. This is, of course, vis-a-vis the pollution crisis and the pollution woes we've been seeing in the national capital, permitting the implementation of GRAP-2 measures instead. All of this due to an observed improvement in the air quality index. That's right. The court mandated that if the AQI crosses the 350 mark, GRAP-3 must be enforced, and if it exceeds 400, GRAP Stage 4 should be reinstated immediately. Now, the court's concerns were certainly as follows. The court expressed dissatisfaction earlier with the enforcement of the GRAP-4 measures prior to this relaxation. It noted that there was a quote-unquote complete lack of coordination among various authorities responsible for implementing these measures, which included a ban on the truck entry and construction activities. The court has also highlighted issues regarding delayed compensation for construction workers affected by these particular restrictions. Now, the Supreme Court is going to continue to monitor the situation with further hearings scheduled to ensure compliance with its directives and to assess the air quality trends as well. The next hearing has been set for the 12th of December. Meanwhile, my colleague Yash Goyal joins us live from the newsroom on this particular story. Yash, over to you. Help the viewers out here. GRAP-4 has now been relaxed and eased out into GRAP-2. What are those particular relaxations that we're looking at the moment?
Well, Kabir, the foremost and the most important thing at this juncture is that most of the hardest curbs come under GRAP-4, and one of those being the ban of the BS4 vehicles and mostly the light vehicles and also the medium weight vehicles to allow to be entered within the boundaries of Delhi NCR. Now, those vehicles will be able to make their way towards the national capital region. Apart from that, one of the most important perhaps and the most needed curb was to actually revoke the classes for the students, because venturing out in the morning was perhaps one of the most enduring thing these students were doing. So now, based on the decision by the schools and by the government, now the schools can begin once again physically, and there are many other relaxation also pertaining to construction work and other related works. In fact, it's very interesting to watch, to witness today's hearing in the Apex Court, where Apex Court once again actually rapped the Delhi government for the non-payment of the 8,000 rupee to the construction workers who had actually suffered losses due to the stoppage of construction activities. Once again, Delhi government has been reprimanded by the Apex Court. In fact, Justice Oka was once again had a very scathing observation pertaining to the Delhi government's handling of this entire situation. In fact, earlier also, Justice Oka had talked about how the government is not taking this situation very seriously. In fact, the court also went on to say that as of now, the GRAP-4 has been revoked, but GRAP-2 will remain in place, and in fact the court will continue to monitor the situation, because if you look at the numbers, if we look at the AQI numbers in most part of the national capital, now the numbers have actually improved in the last 10 days. The tally has improved a lot. In the very first week when this entire menace begins is the month of November. But now, looking at the favorable weather condition, the wind speed has increased, and also the early warning system and the early warning systems had actually said that in the middle, during the middle time of December, the air quality will once again improve, and that is why, looking at all these numbers and the current situation in the Delhi NCR region, the top court has actually decided to go ahead and relax these graded response action plans curbs.
Yash, we've got to give it to the Apex Court, because they've been, taking it very seriously with wrapping the Delhi government on their knuckles whenever they felt necessary to do so. But the netizens are completely divided at this point in time. They're saying even as the AQI improves, there was no need to, ease down those restrictions. We should have continued with it. Do you think this decision has come in a happy time?
Well, netizens might be divided on this very situation, but what the Apex Court does is there is a proper monitored, they monitor this entire situation. There are experts who are behind these calculations as to when to remove and when to invoke these graded response action plan. But yes, definitely if you go on social media, once this decision has come from the Apex Court, the netizens are saying, some are saying that yes, this should happen because there is a lot of inconvenience many people residing in this very region faces. But but the other lot says that why the need has come yet to actually revoke this very graded response action plan 4. Well, the court in their argument and in fact in its observation had said that they've been monitoring this situation for almost now 10 days and looking at the situation on the ground, because what happens is when these response action plans are put in place, the main thing is that yes, the government can put these plans in place, but the main question is the implementation of these plans. So that is why, looking at the current situation, it's also becoming very important to look at the economics right now, because the construction works were at a halt. Students were not able to attend their physical classes. There was a loss to their education. So that is why, looking at the situation at entirety, it seems that the Apex Court had gone ahead and actually revoked the graded response action plan 4, but they're still maintaining that they will continue to monitor this situation, and in case if the situation once again goes out of hand, they will not hesitate to actually implement graded response action plan 3 or graded response action plan 4, depending upon the AQI numbers.
You know, Yash, before I let you go, politics and pollution kind of go hand in hand in the national capital in the months of November and December. Now with the AQI, you know, considerably declining, you've got the number in the moderate sphere. This is almost like around 300 or so. We were looking at 161 in several places today. I mean, that number in the month of December, people were in fact quite happy. This will take away from the Bharatiya Janata parties and the opposition in the national capital's arsenal when they're taking aim at the Aam Aadmi Party now. And trust you me, Gopal Rai is going to be a very happy man.
Absolutely, he will be a happy man, but we cannot forget that the Apex Court is the one who had actually monitored this situation and revoked the graded response action plan 4. And in fact, the Delhi elections, Delhi Assembly elections are almost upon us. So this was one of the most important issues, if you say, in these elections. It's not just the air pollution, but water pollution was also one of the prime issues. But one thing is for sure, Kabir, that this will be a big issue, because the BJP is going to say that, see, it's not the Aam Aadmi Party who has regulated these graded response action plan curbs, but it's the Apex Court who had to actually come to step in and then revoke these or implement these very guidelines.